New at 6, throughout September, folks across the U.S. are raising awareness about a disease that kills tens of thousands of men every year. We're talking about prostate cancer. 16 News Now's Jack Springate joins us now after talking one-on-one with the president of the St. Joe County Commissioners, Andy Kostielney. And Jack, you said that Kostielney has a message for men dealing with their prostate.
Yeah, that's right, Terry. And Andy tells me that even if they don't believe they're having a problem with their prostate, it's important that men make appointments to make sure that they're staying healthy. Kostielney was one of those guys who thought he was just too young the first time doctors asked him if he wanted to be screened for prostate cancer. Had they not caught it so early, he might not have been around to tell his story today.
Losing is not an alternative. Giving up is not an alternative.
If Andy Kostielney was going to let cancer bring him down, he might not have made it past the late 90s during his battle with the disease in one of its most aggressive forms, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Well, the first time was horrible. I remember saying to my wife, if this is what the next 6 months of my life are going to be, I don't know that I can do it. I had 3 kids under the age of 10 and a wife who was freaking out. It was scary times, but we kind of rallied as a family and with our faith, and we all got through it.
Beating steep odds, Kostielney spent nearly 2 decades cancer-free. Then in fall of 2019, his doctors told him his fight wasn't over. It had returned, and this time it was prostate cancer.
2 years ago today, I got the phone call, said your numbers came back. They were really high, and they think that you almost for sure had prostate cancer. My kids had grown. I had 3 grandkids at that time, so it's like there's no option but to fight and to keep going.
For a man who jokes about saying his plan is to live forever, he's done a good job of sticking to his word so far. 12 months of doctor's visits, treatments, procedures, and a surgery later, Kostielney announced he was cancer-free, out of sight, but not out of mind.
The challenge is, do you let it sit there, do you dwell on it, or just try to put it away someplace and then focus on the things that are really important in your life, because you can't change that. If it's going to come back, and it probably will, I'm told it's going to come back at some point, but if I dwell on that, then I've let cancer win.
Now he's using his experience to let other men know how to catch prostate cancer warning signs before it's too late.
That just kind of changed things. So now I think September is really an important month because men don't do a great job of taking care of themselves and looking out for signs, and I think it's something that is an important message we need to get out there.
And one of the things that he and I were talking about, one of the big reasons men are hesitant to get their prostate checked out is, well, let's just say it can be a very uncomfortable experience. However, Kostielney says that's not your only option. He found out his diagnosis through a PSA blood test and hopes that getting the word out about that option removes that barrier for men who might be hesitant to get checked out.
And you should get checked out. And by the way, I'm an older guy, and I remember the old way they used to check. The last few times I've been in, they've done the blood test, and it's much preferable. It's very easy and it's very accurate. And happy for the commish. He's a solid dude and a man of faith, and boy,
we're happy he could share his story today.
Yeah, and so you've heard it. Go get that checked. We'll be right back.